Barron Trump, the youngest member of America's most famous family, stepped into the spotlight in a way no one saw coming. Something absolutely incredible happened, something so wild, so jaw-dropping, it's being called the greatest family drama ever exposed. Picture this, a moment so unexpected it ripped the mask off the Trump dynasty, revealing a truth so scandalous it could change everything we thought we knew. What went down? Oh, it's big, bigger than big. It's the kind of twist that makes your heart race and your mind spin, but we're not spilling it just yet. Trust this, the buildup is worth it. For years, Barron stood tall literally at 67, but silent, a towering shadow beside his larger-than-life father, Donald Trump, and his glamorous mother, Melania. He was the enigma, the quiet giant who dodged the cameras while his siblings basked in the glow of fame. But in 2025, at the presidential inauguration, everything changed. A single, fleeting moment flipped the script, and Barron, after decades of hush, finally cracked open the door to his world. What he hinted at was explosive, a family dynamic so tangled, so raw, it's hard to look away. How does the Trump family really treat their youngest son? The answer isn't pretty, and it's not what the polished photos suggest. Donald Trump, the patriarch, has always been a titan, a real estate king, a reality TV juggernaut, and twice the President of the United States. His image screams power, control, and unshakable confidence. He's the man who built an empire, then a political legacy, with a style so bold it sparked love, hate, and everything in between. But behind that brash exterior, there's a father, a dad to 5 kids, with Barron as the youngest. While Donald's older children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany, jumped headfirst into his world of business and politics, Barron stayed back, a mystery wrapped in silence. Was it by choice, or was he pushed aside? That's where the whispers start creeping in, and they're louder than ever now. See, Donald's always been loud about his older kids. He's bragged about Ivanka's poise, Junior's grit, Eric's loyalty, parading them like trophies on a shelf. But Barron, the mentions are scarce, almost like an afterthought. He's tall, Donald said. Smart, too. That's it, short, vague, like Barron's a footnote in the Trump saga. Public moments between them are rare, almost staged. Back in 2006, a clip from The Apprentice showed Donald cradling baby Barron, a flicker of softness in his tough guy armor. It was sweet, sure, but fleeting. Years later, as president, Donald barely shared the frame with his youngest son. Official events. Barron was there, but always at a distance, never the warm, playful bond you'd expect. Why the gap? Was it Donald's insane schedule, running a country, brokering deals, or something deeper, something unspoken? Then there's Melania, the protective force in Barron's life. She's no stranger to the spotlight, a former model turned first lady, but her focus has always been Barron. She's kept him close, shielded him from the chaos of fame. Unlike Donald's ex-wives, who shared parenting duties for the older kids, Melania took the reins solo. No nannies, no fuss, just her and Barron against the world. She said it herself. She wanted him to have a normal life, as normal as a Trump could get. When Donald won in 2016, Melania stayed in New York with Barron, letting him finish school before joining the White House circus. It was a move that screamed priorities, her son over the spectacle. But did that choice widen the rift with Donald? Did it leave Barron caught between a distant dad and a hovering mom? The 2025 inauguration was the spark. A crowd roared for Barron, cheers so loud they drowned out the usual pomp. He stood there, towering and cool, soaking it in. But then came the moment, the one that lit the fuse. Barron photobombed his sisters, Ivanka and Tiffany, during a playful video with Lara Trump, Eric's wife. It should have been a laugh, a rare peek at Barron's lighter side. Ivanka and Tiffany giggled, loving it. But Lara? Her reaction was ice cold, stiff, fake, a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Social media exploded. She hates him. The tension's real. Was it just an awkward blip, or proof of something uglier simmering beneath the Trump facade? Barron's next move would blow the lid off everything. Barron Trump's life has always been a puzzle, pieced together from fleeting glimpses and half-told stories. After that jaw-dropping inauguration moment in 2025, the world couldn't stop buzzing. What did it mean? Why did Lara Trump freeze while Ivanka and Tiffany laughed? The youngest Trump had just tossed a grenade into the family narrative, and the fallout was only beginning. Barron wasn't just the quiet kid anymore. He was the wild card, ready to spill secrets that could humiliate the very people who'd kept him in the shadows. Donald Trump's parenting style has always been a mixed bag. With his older kids, he was hands-on in his own way, grooming them for the Trump empire, thrusting them into boardrooms and campaign trails. Donald Jr. and Eric took over the business when he became president. Ivanka played advisor in the White House. Tiffany, a bit more removed, still popped up at rallies and galas. But Barron, he was different. Born in 2006, long after the others were grown, he came into a family already stretched thin by ambition. Donald was nearing 60, deep in his mogul era, then diving into politics. Time for father-son bonding, slim to none. Publicly, Donald's kept it light with Barron. "He's a computer whiz," he'd say, or "he's taller than me." Little nuggets that sound more like trivia than pride. Compare that to the gushing praise for Ivanka's elegance or Junior's tenacity, and it's stark. There's a 2006 clip from The Apprentice where Donald holds baby Barron, grinning like a proud dad. It's cute, but it's ancient history. Fast forward to the presidency and Barron's a ghost, standing stiffly at events, no horseplay, no warmth. Was Donald too busy being president, or was there a wall between them? Some say it's Melania's influence keeping Barron out of the fray. Others whisper it's more, a disconnect that's fueled years of rumors. Melania Trump's role is the flip side of the coin. She's been Barron's rock, his shield, his everything. While Donald conquered the world, Melania stayed home, figuratively and literally. She's talked about raising Barron herself, no nannies, no shortcuts. When Donald won in 2016, she didn't rush to D.C. She stayed in New York, letting Barron finish school. It was a power move, putting her kid above the political game. At events, she's the one guiding him, her hand on his back, her eyes on his comfort. She's fiercely private, dodging the spotlight that Donald and the older kids crave. Her Be Best campaign even tackled cyberbullying, some say inspired by her fears for Barron in the harsh digital age. But here's the twist. Melania's protectiveness might have built a bubble around Barron, one that kept Donald at arm's length. While the older siblings grew up in Donald's orbit, Barron was Melania's domain. Did that make him an outsider in his own family? Public moments hint at it. At the 2017 inauguration, 10-year-old Barron stood by Melania, chatting quietly with her while Donald worked the crowd. State visits, White House lawns, Melania's always there, steadying him. Donald, usually off to the side, busy being the star. It's a dynamic that screams separation, and it's got people asking, did Barron ever really fit into Donald's world? Then there's the siblings, Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany. They're a tight crew bonded by shared history and the Trump name. Barron, though, he's the odd one out. The age gap alone is wild. Junior was almost 30 when Barron was born. Ivanka and Eric already climbing the corporate ladder, Tiffany in her teens. They didn't grow up together, didn't share bunk beds or schoolyard fights. Instead, Barron's their half-brother from a different chapter, raised in Melania's quiet cocoon while they chased Donald's legacy. Publicly, they're nice enough. Junior's called him a great kid. Ivanka tossed out a fond mention or two. But it's surface level, polite, not deep. At family events like Mar-a-Lago gatherings or the Easter egg roll, Barron's there but apart. The older siblings chat up the crowd, pose for pics while he hangs back reserved. No big hugs, no inside jokes caught on camera. Tiffany maybe seems warmer. She's less tied to the Trump machine, raised mostly by her mom, Marla Maples. But even then, there's no sign of a tight bond. Barron's into soccer, computers, stuff his siblings don't touch. They're all business and politics. He's something else. And that 2025 photobomb. Ivanka and Tiffany laughed it off, but Lara's icy stare hinted at a rift, not just with her, but maybe the whole crew. Was Barron poking at them, testing them? Was he tired of being the outsider? The stage was set for a showdown, and Barron was ready to strike. Barron Trump's photobomb at the 2025 inauguration wasn't just a prank, it was a flare, lighting up the cracks in the Trump family facade. The crowd loved it, cheering him like a rock star, but the real story was in the reactions. Ivanka and Tiffany, his half-sisters, cracked up genuine, easy laughter. Lara Trump, Eric's wife, didn't. Her smile was a mask, her body locked tight like she'd been slapped. Social media went nuts. Lara's fuming. She can't stand him. What's the beef? It was the kind of moment that turns a spark into a wildfire, and Barron fanned the flames with what came next. Sources say Barron pulled out his phone later, showing friends the clip. "This," he reportedly said, "is how my family really treats me. They're not what they seem." Boom, there it was, the bombshell we'd been waiting for. After years of silence, Barron was peeling back the curtain, and it wasn't a happy picture. Cool, calm, and collected on the outside, he'd been watching, waiting, and now he was done playing the quiet kid. What did he mean? Was it Lara's cold shoulder, Eric's distance? Or something bigger, something uglier, festering in the Trump clan? Let's rewind. For years, whispers have dogged Barron, nasty, wild rumors about his place in the family. The big one, that Donald Trump might not be his real dad. It's tabloid trash, sure, but it stuck around, buzzing like flies on a hot day. People point to Barron's looks: taller, softer features, more European than the sharp-edged Trump trio of Junior, Ivanka, and Eric. He's got Melania's vibe, they say, but some push it further. Was there another guy? A European tycoon? A royal? A sperm donor? Donald was almost 60 when Barron was born, old enough for doubters to raise eyebrows. No proof, no facts, just chatter that won't die. The Trumps have never clapped back. Most celebs would slap down rumors like that, but Donald and Melania, silent. That's fuel for the fire. Online forums dissect Barron's every move, his jawline, his stance, the way he walks past Donald without a glance. Some say Donald's detachment proves it. His praise for Barron is shallow. All he's tall and he's smart, while he gushes over the older kid's achievements. Is it just a busy dad thing, or does he know something? One theory floats a deal. Donald raising Barron as his own to save face, Melania hiding a past fling. It's juicy, it's insane, and it's got zero evidence, but it's out there, gnawing at the family's edges. Barron's heard it all. Friends say he's fed up, adamant Donald's his father, but stung by how the rumors twist his family ties. That 2025 moment with Lara, some tie it back to this. Maybe she's bought into the gossip, or maybe she's just cold to the kid who doesn't fit the Trump mold. Eric, too, sources hint at a persistent coolness from him and Lara. They're tight with Junior and Ivanka, the loyal lieutenants, while Barron's the outlier, raised apart, living a different life. Did they freeze him out because of the whispers? Or because he's Melania's golden boy, not Donald's protege? Back to the photobomb. Barron stepped in, all 67 of him, smirking like he knew something they didn't. Ivanka and Tiffany rolled with it. Maybe they're closer to him, or maybe they're just better at faking it. Lara didn't even try. Her rigid stance screamed discomfort, maybe resentment. Was it personal? Did Barron's jab hit a nerve? Lara been vocal lately, calling Barron cool and a sleeper, crediting him with smart campaign moves for Donald in 2024, like pushing for podcasts that nabbed young voters. Publicly, she's all praise. Privately, that inauguration glare says otherwise. Barron's waking up. At 18, he's not the shy kid anymore. He's a young man seeing the game for what it is. Friends say he's clocked the gap between the Trump family's shiny image and the messy truth. He's always been private, but now he's hinting at more. That phone moment with his buddies, it wasn't just a vent, it was a warning. They're not what they seem. Who's they? Lara and Eric, Donald, the whole crew. He's got the world's attention now, and the Trump dynasty scrambling to keep up. Was he humiliated by their distance, their whispers? Is he ready to humiliate them back? The stage is set, and Barron's holding the mic. Barron Trump's cryptic words after the 2025 inauguration. They're not what they seem, hung in the air like smoke after a blast. The world was hooked, desperate to peel back the layers of America's most infamous family. That photobomb wasn't just a playful stunt. It was a declaration, a middle finger to the polished Trump image. Lara Trump's icy reaction had cracked the facade, and now Barron was swinging the wrecking ball. What festered beneath the surface? Resentments, rivalries, and secrets so dark they could topple the dynasty. This wasn't just a family tiff. It was war, and Barron was ready to expose the ugliest truths. Let's zoom in on Lara Trump. She's Eric's wife, a fixture in the Trump orbit, blonde, poised, and fiercely loyal to the brand. Since marrying into the family in 2014, she's carved out her spot, hosting podcasts, stumping for Donald, and playing the perfect political wife. Post-2024 election, she'd gushed about Barron, painting him as the unsung hero of Donald's victory. "He's so cool," she'd said, crediting his media savvy for winning over Gen Z voters. It was a glowing review, the kind that made you think they were tight. But that inauguration moment, it shredded the script. Her stiff posture, her fake smile, it screamed disdain. Was it jealousy, fear, or something nastier buried deep in the Trump family vault? Sources close to Barron say Lara been a thorn in his side for years. Behind the public praise, there's a chill, a subtle cutting distance that's left Barron feeling like an intruder. Eric, too, plays a role. He's the middle son, the steady hand running the Trump organization with Junior while Donald ruled the White House. He's gruff, outspoken, a chip off the old block. But with Barron, barely a flicker of warmth. Family photos show them side by side, sure, but there's no spark, no brotherly roughhousing, no shared grins. Insiders whisper Eric sees Barron as Melania's pet project, not a true Trump heir. Could that resentment have infected Lara, turning her into Barron's quiet enemy? Rewind to Barron's childhood. While Eric and Junior grew up in the chaos of Donald's first marriage to Ivana, Barron was born into a different world, Melania's world. He didn't toddle through Trump Tower boardrooms or tag along on deal-making trips. Instead, he was tucked away in a gilded Manhattan penthouse, then a Palm Beach estate, with Melania as his gatekeeper. Eric and Junior bonded over business. Barron bonded with soccer balls and computer screens. The gap wasn't just age, it was a galaxy of experience. By the time Barron was a teen, Eric was a dad himself, too busy to play big brother. Did that breed indifference or something sharper like contempt? Then there's the parentage rumors, the venomous gossip that's trailed Barron since he was a kid. Online trolls and tabloid hacks have obsessed over his looks, those softer features, that towering height, so unlike Donald's stocky build. He's not Trump, they've hissed, tossing out wild theories. A European billionaire, a secret lover from Melania's modeling days. It's nonsense, no DNA test, no smoking gun, but it's stuck. Friends say Barron's laughed it off, fiercely loyal to Donald, but the whispers sting. Could Eric and Lara buy into it, even a little? Does it fuel their frostiness, making Barron the family's black sheep? Lara's inauguration glare suggests it's more than a hunch, it's a grudge. Picture this, Barron, 18 and towering, stepping into that video frame with a smirk. Ivanka and Tiffany, the Golden sisters, laughed it off. They've got their own rapport with him, distant but fond. Lara didn't budge. Her reaction wasn't just awkward, it was loaded, a silent scream of "you don't belong." Maybe it's because Barron's rising, a quiet force who's starting to flex his power. Lara praised his campaign smarts, but what if she's threatened? What if she and Eric see him as a rival, not a teammate? The Trump empire's a cutthroat game, and Barron's no longer just a kid on the sidelines. He's a player, and they're not ready for it. The fallout's just beginning. Barron's words to his friends weren't a one-off rant, they were a promise. He's watched the Trumps play their roles, Donald the king, Melania the queen, the siblings the heirs, and he's done being the prop. Sources say he's been quietly cataloging slights, Lara's snubs, Eric's indifference, even Donald's half-hearted nods. That photobomb was his opening shot, a test to see who'd flinch. Lara did, and now the world's watching. Is she his first target? Or is this the start of a bigger reckoning, one that'll drag the whole family into the mud? Barron's got the ammo, and he's loading up for round two. Barron Trump's bombshell was a match to dry grass, and the Trump family fire was raging. That 2025 inauguration photobomb had exposed a fault line, Lara's glare, Ivanka and Tiffany's giggles, and Barron's cryptic jab. They're not what they seem. He'd thrown down the gauntlet, hinting at a betrayal so deep it could shatter the Trump legacy. But this wasn't a solo act. The siblings Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany weren't about to let their baby brother rewrite the story without a fight. The counterattack was coming, and it was going to be brutal. Donald Jr., the eldest, is the Trump enforcer, loud, brash, a mirror of his dad. He spent years defending the family name, from boardrooms to Twitter wars. Publicly, he's been breezy about Barron. "Great kid," he said, tossing out a casual thumbs up. But there's no meat to it, no real connection. Junior was 28 when Barron was born, already a man with his own life, his own kids. They didn't share a childhood, didn't wrestle or swap secrets. Barron was Melania's domain, a latecomer Junior barely knew. At family events, Mar-a-Lago dinners, White House lawns, Junior's all grins with Eric and Ivanka, but Barron's a shadow, off to the side. Now with Barron stirring the pot, Junior's radar's up. Insiders say he scoffed at the photobomb drama, calling it kid stuff to his crew. But there's an edge. He's protective of the Trump brand, and Barron's vague accusations feel like a jab at everything he's built. Does he see Barron as a threat, a loose cannon who could tarnish the empire? Junior's not one to back down. He's the type to hit back twice as hard. If Barron's gunning for the family, Junior's likely drafting a response. A public flex, maybe a podcast rant, to slap down the upstart and remind everyone who's boss. Ivanka's a different beast. The polished princess, she's Donald's favorite, smart, sleek, a White House insider during his first term. She's kept Barron at arm's length, but it's warmer than the others. At the inauguration, she laughed when he photobombed, genuine, not forced. She's dropped fond mentions over the years, calling him special in passing. Their age gap's huge. She was 24 when he was born, but she's got a soft spot, maybe from watching him grow up in Melania's cocoon. Still, Ivanka's a strategist. Barron's move blindsided her, and she's not thrilled. Sources say Ivanka's torn. She likes Barron, but she's loyal to the family image, her image. His "they're not what they seem" line stings. It's a crack in the perfect facade she spent years polishing. Does she think he's targeting her? Probably not, but she's not risking it. Word is she's been huddling with Junior and Eric, plotting damage control. Maybe a joint statement, a photo op to show unity, or a subtle dig to put Barron back in his place. Ivanka's too smart to go full attack, but she's not letting him run wild. She'll smile for the cameras, but behind closed doors, she's sharpening her claws. Eric's the linchpin here. Lara's his wife, and her inauguration freeze has dragged him into the fray. He's the quietest of the trio, less flashy than Junior, less polished than Ivanka, but he's fierce when crossed. With Barron, he's been distant forever. They've got nothing in common. Eric's all hunting rifles and business deals. Barron's soccer fields and tech. Family gatherings. Eric, glued to Junior or Lara, barely glancing Barron's way. That coolness Barron's friends mentioned, it's Eric through and through. He's never embraced the kid, and now it's biting back. Lara's reaction at the inauguration wasn't just her, it was Eric's shadow. Sources say he's fed up with Barron's quiet rise, especially after Lara's public praise. Did Barron's campaign tips steal Eric's thunder? Did his photobomb feel like a power grab? Eric, not talking, but his silence is loud. Insiders hint he's rallying with Junior and Ivanka, ready to push Barron out of the spotlight. Maybe it's the parentage rumors. He's never bought them, but they've soured the vibe. Or maybe he just doesn't like sharing the family stage. Either way, Eric's in this fight and Lara's his proxy. Tiffany's the wild card. Younger than the trio but older than Barron, she straddled the line raised by Marla Maples, less tangled in the Trump machine. She's been spotted hugging Barron at events, a rare sibling spark. But she's sidelined, too busy with her own life to dive deep. His revelations got her curious, not hostile. She's not as invested in the family war. Still, if Junior and Eric push, she might toe the line just to keep the peace. Tiffany's not Barron's enemy, but she's not his savior either. She's watching, waiting, letting the big dog slug it out. The siblings are circling now, stung by Barron's jab. They've got the numbers, 4 against 1, and the experience. But Barron's got something they don't, the element of surprise. He's been the quiet one too long and they've underestimated him. That photobomb was a warning shot. The next move could be a cannon blast. Will they smother him with a united front, or will he outmaneuver them, exposing their cracks to the world? The Trump family's on a collision course, and it's about to get messy. Barron Trump had lit the fuse, and the Trump family was a powder keg ready to blow. That 2025 inauguration photobomb, Lara's glare and his haunting words, "They're not what they seem," had unleashed a storm. The world was glued, hungry for the next twist in this epic showdown. Barron wasn't just the shy giant anymore. He was a rebel with a vendetta, poised to dismantle the Trump myth brick by brick. The siblings were scrambling, Donald was looming, and Melania was caught in the crossfire. This was the ultimate family reckoning, and it was going to be the most shocking, most heartbreaking, most outrageous reveal yet. Barron's been simmering for years, 18 years of watching, waiting, absorbing every slight. Friends say he's got a mental ledger, every lukewarm nod from Donald, every aloof glance from Eric, every fake smile from Lara. He's not the kid who hid behind Melania anymore. He's a man with a mission. That photobomb wasn't random, it was calculated, a jab to see who'd flinch. Lara did, and it confirmed what he'd long suspected. The family's love was a sham, a performance for the cameras. Ivanka and Tiffany laughed, sure, but was it real, or just better acting? Barron's done guessing. He's ready to call their bluff. Donald Trump's the elephant in the room. The patriarch, the legend, the man who's always commanded the stage. He's built a life on dominance, real estate, TV, the presidency twice over. His older kids worshipped him, followed him, became him. But Barron, the bond's a mirage. Publicly, Donald's tossed out crumbs. He's tall, smart, a good kid, but it's hollow. No fishing trips, no late-night talks, no legacy lectures. That 2006 Apprentice clip, him cuddling baby Barron. A faded memory. As president, Donald was a whirlwind, deals, wars, headlines, while Barron trailed behind, a prop in the pageant. Why the distance? Was it time? Donald too old, too busy? Or those rumors, the ones that claw at Barron's roots? The whispers say Donald's not his dad, that Melania's past holds the key. It's garbage, no proof, just noise, but it's lingered. Donald never denied it, never roared it down like you'd expect. Why? Pride, indifference, or a sliver of doubt. Barron's friends swear he's certain Donald's his father, but the silence cuts. Did Donald pull away because of it? Did he let Eric and Lara drift too, poisoned by the same chatter? Barron, not asking anymore. He's demanding answers, and he'll burn the house down to get them. Melania's his anchor, but even she's a puzzle now. She shielded him, shaped him, kept him from the Trump chaos. No nannies, no spotlight, just her and Barron against the world. She delayed the White House move in 2016, stayed in New York for his school. At events, she's his shadow, hand on his back, eyes on his face. Her be best, push, scream, protection, a mom terrified of the world's claws. But did she overdo it? Did she build a wall between Barron and Donald, between Barron and the siblings? Some say she's the reason he's an outsider, too coddled, too separate. Others whisper she's hiding something, fueling those parentage tailies. Barron's not blind. He loves Melania, adores her, but he's questioning her too. Did her shield become a cage? Did she push Donald away, or did Donald retreat? That inauguration moment wasn't just about Lara. It was Melania standing nearby, watching her son step out of her bubble. Sources say Barron's hinted at it. She tried, but it wasn't enough. Enough for what? To bridge the gap, to make him a Trump. He's grateful, but there's a flicker of resentment. Maybe she kept him too safe, too apart, and now he's paying the price. The siblings' counterstrike is in motion. Junior's the bulldozer. Word is he's itching to slap Barron down, maybe a public grow-up jab to squash the rebellion. Ivanka's the diplomat. She's pushing for a family feud, a staged hug to bury the drama. Eric's the wild card. Lara's his trigger, and her humiliations got him bristling. He's not loud like Junior, but he's stubborn. He might freeze Barron out for good. Tiffany's on the fence. She's texted Barron, insiders say, a what's up probe, but she's not picking sides yet. Together, they're a wall, ready to smother Barron's uprising with their sheer weight. But Barron's not backing down. That phone moment with his friends, it's evolved. He's been digging old photos, offhand comments, years of body language. He's got a theory. The family's resented him since day one. Maybe it's the rumors, maybe it's Melania's grip, maybe it's his quiet power. His campaign wins showed he's no lightweight. He's taller, cooler, a new Trump they didn't see coming. The photobomb was his dare. Prove me wrong. Lara's flinch was proof enough, and now he's got more. Sources say he's prepping a bigger move. Maybe a tell-all, a live stream, something to humiliate them like they've humiliated him. Picture the climax. Barron alone facing the Trump machine. Donald stern, silent, a king challenged. Melania's torn, pleading with her eyes. Junior's packing, Ivanka's poised, Eric's seething, Tiffany's watching. Lara's the spark. Her next move could ignite it all. Will she double down, snub Barron again, and push him to the edge? Or will Donald step in, finally claim his son, and kill the rumors dead? The crowd's roaring, the cameras are rolling, and Barron's smirking. That same smirk from the photobomb. He's got the power now, and he's not afraid to use it. This isn't just a family spat. It's a saga, a tragedy, a thriller. Barron spent years as the outcast, the whisper, the question mark. Now he's the judge, jury, and executioner. Will he expose Lara's grudge, Eric's coldness, Donald's neglect? Will he drag Ivanka and Junior into the dirt, force Melania to pick a side? Or will they crush him first, bury him under their legacy? The stakes are sky high, the tension's suffocating, and the world's on edge. Barron Trump's ready to prove they never accepted him, and he's taking them all down with him. If you enjoyed this story, check out another video with an even more amazing tale. There's always something exciting waiting for you on our channel. And don't forget, more wonderful stories are coming soon. Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of our upcoming adventures.